Hello, my name is Beth Pennington. This presentation will review the findings of a case study for the course Learning, Design, and Technology with an emphasis on learning theories. When creating an e-learning course, it is essential to follow the standards established to maintain quality and continuity in course design. A report by Chang in 2019 concluded that students' perceptions of interactivity, course content, and design quality positively contribute to their perceived usefulness. Using instructional design standards in conjunction with qualitative and quantitative data will result in the creation of a quality e-learning course. This presentation will cover an overview of the course DLT100X using the QC-TIP scorecard. The strengths and weaknesses of the course will be identified and discussed. Learning Design and Technology, with a focus on learning theories, is a course that was developed for edX and is associated with a MicroMaster's certification in instructional design. A case study of the course was completed using instructional design standards and the QCTIP, or the Quality Course Teaching and Instructional Practice rubric. This course has a well-outlined and easy-to-navigate interface. The outline of the course is well-structured and provides multiple navigation options. The QCTIP rubric was developed by the Online Learning Consortium, otherwise known as the OLC. This comprehensive rubric was developed to evaluate the overall quality and effectiveness of e-learning courses. The QCTIP rubric uses a rating scale of 0 for emerging, 1 to indicate accomplished, and 2 for exemplary. Using the QCTIP rubric to evaluate the course was met with some unique challenges. For example, several rubric areas were marked not applicable or NA. These items were dependent upon access to the instructor's interactions in real time. Since the evaluation was independent of the course being in progress, these items were not accessible. The original rubric total score was 194 points. After removing the NA items from the rubrics, the total score was reduced to 130 possible points. The total points earned across all categories of the rubric was 116 points. When scaling out the scores for the course, the scores earned in each category of the rubric were fairly similar, all scored in the very high to exemplary range. It is important to note that some of these scores did not reflect a score for items that were not accessible since the course had been completed prior to the application of the rubric. When evaluating the rubric results to determine the course's effectiveness, several areas stood out: course design, course content, effective use of discussion posts, and the ADA compliance with the universal design. These 4 areas are where the course exhibited exemplary status. In the area of course design, the total score possible was a 24. This course scored a 23 out of 24. The first area identified on the rubric was course design. The criteria outlined in this section of the QCTIP focuses on consistency, structure, and cohesion. Rothwell in 2011 surveyed a group of award-winning instructors. All stressed the importance of following a systematic approach to content design. In addition, this section includes the delivery of content, student expectations, and resources. This course is well structured. Modules are clearly outlined with overall expectations, and learning objectives are clearly stated at the start and throughout the course. The modules were simple to navigate with bookmarks and expandable navigation for each of the sections. The next category of the rubric that we will look at is course content. The overall score in this area of the rubric was a 17 out of 18 points. The content follows a logical progression that promotes learner success. Each module begins with an introduction to the topic overview, which includes goals and objectives for the module. Organizing the course by weeks, modules, or units is crucial in design practice, according to Rosen's study in 2017. As a learner progresses through each module, multiple opportunities trigger knowledge acquisition. In addition, there are readings, videos, infographics, and images that all support the information. Another area of the course that scored exemplary in the rubric was the compliance with accessibility to the course materials and universal design standards. This course scored a 4 out of 4 on the rubric in this area. E-learning is a valuable tool for all students. Regardless of the learner's unique needs, all content must be created with differences and the needs of all of these learners in mind. This course included captioning for videos, and the visual elements were ADA compliant. The universal design elements applied to the course were demonstrated by the multiple opportunities for students to access materials, obtain information, and demonstrate proficiency in the course material. In the area of class discussion and engagement, the rubric scored out at a 15 out of 16 possible points. This course encourages learner interaction by using weekly discussion posts that accompany each of the modules. The discussion post served as a reinforcement of knowledge for the students. By providing feedback to classmates' ideas and products, students learned by doing. It is worth mentioning that the course learning outcomes area score was a 16 out of 16 on the rubric. However, I did not feel that this score was a true reflection since so many of the areas could not be assessed. If these items had been assessed during the actual instructional period, then the score would have been a true reflection of this area of the rubric. When completing the in-depth review of the course using the QCT-IP rubric, there were a few areas where gaps in the course offerings were identified. These gaps center around instructor interaction and assignment choices. The first area we will review is the area of assignments. While this area of the rubric did score a 13 out of 14 points, the area that showed the deficiency is an important one. While the assignments were valid, the variety of assignment choices was repetitive and limiting. While each of the modules in the course contained several types of activities for learner engagement, there were many long reading passages. There is also minimal variation in the assignment types. Providing a variety of assignment types enables learners with different strengths the opportunity to demonstrate their skills in a variety of ways. One of the keys to the success of an e-learning course is the role of the instructor. This section of the rubric looked at the interactions between the students and the instructor. While many of the areas could not be addressed, it was once again apparent that this was an area where the course fell short of achieving the goal of exemplary. The total points earned were an 8 out of 10. The areas that were marked not applicable could not be completely addressed since the course had been concluded. Developing a comfort level with the course facilitator allows the learner to interact with a greater sense of confidence. Therefore, one of the critical portions of any course is the instructor introduction. Providing a welcoming learning environment is critical to students' success in online environments. This course would be enhanced by expanding the instructor's biography or introduction page. The page in the course is minimal and it only serves to provide the most basic information about the leadership of the course. In addition, a video introduction would give some insight into the individual guiding the learner through the content. When creating an online course, it is key to ensure that students feel like they are part of a larger community of learners. This area of the rubric scored a 14 out of 16 points. Many of the areas could not be completely evaluated since the course evaluation occurred after the course was completed. However, it was obvious when looking at discussion posts that the level of interaction between the members of the course was minimal. In addition, a noticeable gap in the netiquette behavior guidelines was apparent when working through the course. Having specific guidelines in place helps to ensure the inclusion of all learners in all portions of the course. While the structure of discussion posts was great, this lack of instructor and facilitator responsibility was very obvious. It is the instructor or facilitator's responsibility to create positive, encouraging interactions between the learners that are enrolled in a course. Regarding instructor and student engagement in learning, if one side falls short, so will the other, so Page said in 2020. The instructor must create and promote respectful interactions throughout the entire course. After scoring the course using the QCT-IP rubric, it appears that the course is effective and well structured. The course has a well-outlined scope and sequence with identifiable goals and objectives. Students progress through one module per week with reading, video, infographics, discussion, and assessments to support and reinforce the acquisition of knowledge. This design structure is vital to the success of this course. In addition, it is easy to navigate the structure of the course, and there are specific deadlines listed throughout the course for each assignment. Instructional designers must utilize criteria-based standards when designing and implementing an online course. Both during and after the development of a course, it is vital to gather qualitative and quantitative data to determine the course's overall quality. This course, Learning Design and Technology, Learning Theories, is an excellent example of a quality e-learning course. Evaluating online courses is an important step in understanding how to provide quality online courses. The data collected using the QCT-IP rubric shows that many of the criteria-based items listed in the tool ranked a 2 on the rating scale. In addition, the course is consistent with a good structure and ties to learning objectives are clear. Using QCT-IP to evaluate the course identified apparent successes and deficiencies. Building upon the successes and correcting these deficiencies will improve the overall success of the course and help ensure a quality experience for all learners.